All right, lovely students. Today we're going to review how to solve word problems, and I'm going to be using our new problem solving model that we had learned from Ms. Coppage. So first thing first, before I start on the problem, let me remind you what that problem solving model looked like. We're going to break this bottom space into 4 pieces. I'm just going to draw a line right across, and once you break it into 4 pieces, you have a top spot. This is for your pretty eye, and then this is a capital I. This is for your information part. This bottom part, you're going to put your picture here, and across here is where you would solve it. So now that we have our 4 squares ready, let's go ahead and start our problem. So I'm going to go ahead and read. It says Jackson City received 4.65 centimeters of rain in the first 2 weeks of September. The city received 3.68 more centimeters of rain during the rest of September than it had during the first 2 weeks. What was the total amount of rainfall in Jackson City during September? So my pretty eye is my question. So what is my question? You would write your question here. It's what was the total amount of rainfall in Jackson City during September? Now if you wanted to write your whole question, you could, or you could paraphrase it. So I'm not going to write the whole question. I'm just going to write that we need to figure out the total amount of rainfall during September. Okay, and so my important information. So I know that for the first 2 weeks of September, it rained 4.6 centimeters. So, first 2 weeks, it rained 4.65 or 4 65/100 centimeters of rain. All right, now here comes the second part. We have some more information, and this other piece of information is kind of tricky. It said the city received 3.63 68/100 more centimeters of rain during the rest of September than it had during the first 2 weeks. So in the rest of September, the city received 3.68 centimeters or 3 68/100 centimeters more than the first 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yes. So received 3.68 centimeters more centimeters of rain during the rest of September than it had during the first 2 weeks. So let's stop and think about that. So, and this is when I'm talking, this is where I'm going to do my picture. So for the first 2 weeks, it rained 4.65 centimeters. Now, the rest of September, it rained 3.68 centimeters, or 3.68 centimeters more than the first 2 weeks. So that means it rained this whole amount plus 3.68 more centimeters. So it rained 4.65 centimeters, but it rained a little bit more. So what did that mean? Excuse Miss Phillip, I need to say this again. So the first 2 weeks it rained 4.65 centimeters, and in the rest of September it rained 3.68 centimeters more than the first 2 weeks. So it took the first 2 weeks plus this amount. This was the rest of September. So we have for the first 2 weeks and then for the rest of September. And we are trying to figure out the total. And I don't know what I need to do. So looking at my picture, I think I need to add all of this information up. And I'm going to do that. So first I'm going to add 4.65 plus 4.65. And notice that I'm adding decimals, so the first thing I need to do is line up my decimals. I'm going to line them up. And I'm going to drop that decimal down into the answer. And so once my decimals are lined up, I'm going to be ready to add. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So I just added up these two, but I still have to add in the 3.68 to that. So I have my 9 and 30 plus 3.68. I'm going to add it up. Step 1 is to line up my decimal. Drop that decimal into the answer choice, and then I'm going to add. 8 plus 0 gives me 8, not 9, Miss Phillip, 8. There we go. 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 9, 10, 11, 12. So, what was the total amount of rainfall in Jackson City during September? My total amount of rainfall, was 12.98 centimeters of rain. And that would be answer choice number J. Now, this week, I just wanted to do a problem like this. But this week, when you're doing your word problems, some might be addition, some might be subtraction, you might have some multiplication, or you might have some division. Remember that you only have to do one problem a day. You have a problem for Wednesday, you have a problem for Thursday and Friday. And you're going to have this video so that you can go back and make sure that Miss Phillip and Miss Brodowski, we see all 4 parts of your problem solving model. Okie dokie, guys. Bye.